step number 7, the Rudolph ronde and slip pivot. Let us demonstrate it for you. And now I'd like to go over the man's foot positions. So gentlemen, starting on your left foot, I'm going to step forward on my right foot, lunging, leaving the left leg behind in CBMP. I transfer weight back to my left foot, slipping the right foot back in CBMP and pivot. And now your footwork. We have heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Now I'd like to go over a little technique for you. Now gentlemen, you have to create a ronde, which in this ronde, the lady is actually pivoting on her left foot. So to create the pivoting action for the lady, what will happen is as I step between her feet, I'm going to aim for the right side of her body to actually open her right side out and to ronde the leg. So I'll illustrate that a little bit more with Heather, but as I step forward, I'm focusing on aiming for that side of her body. As I change weight onto my right foot, I'm going to get a strong rotation through my left side. So as you can see through some of our reverse actions earlier, my left side is forward relative to my base and my feet. Okay, now from this position, I slip back on my left foot, maintaining that same relationship. Now from this position, I slip my right foot back, preparing to pivot. I visualize the inside of turn, and now I pivot. Now we'd like to invite Heather back to show us the ladies' part.
And now the ladies' foot positions for the ronde. So from here, ladies, if you notice, what I'm going to do is this first step is actually a pivoting action on that left foot. And now I'm going to step right foot back, pivoting, pushing up, and left foot forward, pivoting. So that is my foot positions. Now my footwork for this step is ball heel, ronding the inside edge of my right foot. I am then crossing behind on my right foot, pushing up to my right toe, pivoting, and then landing toe heel of my left foot. So it's very, very important, ladies, that when you go into your ronde, you don't just step and try and ronde the leg without the first actual little pivot coming through your left foot. So this will make the leg lines look a lot cleaner. And you may sometimes see also this action being done at with a much higher leg action, but tonight's demonstration and on this video for you, we're going to just keep the leg line nice and low. Now from here, as I push up, ladies, technically what I'm feeling that I'm doing is I'm finding the center balance and spine to the ball and the back of the right foot. So I'm going to my back foot, which is my right foot. I'm pushing up through the ball of the foot, and I'm using that to pivot and dance my center within my own balance and not trying to find the man's balance. So what tends to happen on this action is as soon as the lady has to step back, the first thing she tends to do is, where's my partner? Do not try and find your partner's position here. He will actually dance to you, and now from here, he will dance to you again on the pivot. So please do not try and find where his body is. All right? Now I'd like to invite Victor back, and I'm going to demonstrate it again and talk about what is happening through my back as I do this first actual little foot position. So from here, as I land on my left foot and I turn, you can see my shoulders are opening and turning to the right. Now from here, as I push up, I find my center, I leave my arms with Victor, and I turn my feet independently and try and leave my body position to Victor. It's very, very important, ladies, that you do not try. I want to show you something. From the ronde action, you do not try and lead him towards you, because you can see that his head suddenly starts to tilt to the right, and we both must try, when we actually dance the slip pivot, to keep a center balance weight and a centripetal force and keep our heads leftwards.
Now, gentlemen, When I mentioned earlier stepping between the lady's feet on your right foot, leading their ronde, what I'd like you to focus on in terms of Heather here is that she's a door. She's a beautiful door, but nevertheless she's a door at the moment. I want you to think that her left side, these are the hinges of the doorknob is her right hip. So when I step between her feet, I'm aiming with my body position and location for the doorknob. That will actually open the door to create her ronde. As I step forward on my right foot, if I place my body too close to the hinges of the door, which would be her left shoulder and hip, I'm going to knock her backwards. So if you can kind of picture your partner in that fashion, that you're aiming for the actual doorknob on her right hip, you'll find much more success at opening them up for the ronde. Now, of course, we're going to start off with good posture. Right? As I lead the ronde, I'm going to let my hands and upper body breathe towards the lady and not hold them in a restricted fashion, because that will stop her from pivoting on her foot and creating the ronde. Now, from this position, as I give her my hands, I'm going to maintain my left side forward. As I revolve my hip and slip back, she creates the pivot on her right foot. And now we simply maintain that good body position through the slip pivot. And that is your Rudolph ronde and slip pivot.